Good morning. So we're on the move. I just missed, there was a couple of deer ran through the bush there. I forgot to, yesterday we actually saw a bear when we were heading into Daleville.
No,
Wasn't it yesterday?
the day before.
Oh, it was the day before yesterday. So he was, I forgot to put it on, tell you, he was on video, but he was kind of behind a big pile of logs. And then he heard us, and Faith saw his little face pop up, look at her, turned to run. All I saw was his back moving, but he didn't look like a full-grown bear, maybe like a teenager. And yeah, so he got scared and ran, but that's our first big bear that we saw. And then we're seeing lots of deer, and with all the greenery coming in, you don't really see them until you hear them. And then all you see is the little white bums running. But so we have today, the weather's supposed to be good today. It's going to get up to maybe 22. As this week progresses, there's going to be some really hot days. I think we're going to actually hit 31 Celsius, which is what, 92, something like that. So it's going to be pretty warm later on, and then it will drop back down a bit. But hopefully when we hit that heat, we actually have decent water stretches. Today we've got that shelter coming up in a couple miles that has water at it. So we'll get our water there and check for the next one. There is a shelter that will give us 15.4 for the day, 15 miles for the day. And then I'm not sure if there's anything after that. And the stuff like kind of leading up to that, I don't think is that great. So we'll see how it plays out. Sometimes you don't think there's any good options, and then they just pop up in front of your face. So, but anyway, we do know we have water in a couple miles, and we'll have it for sure again at 15, which will probably be our camp. There's a spot in between for water?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we're just gonna get on the move. It is still a little chilly this morning. Faith has her fleece on, and I have my jacket, my little rain jacket on. But Faith got a new pair of shorts yesterday. When we were in a Daleville, she got the chicken leg shorts with the cow. Can you show me shorts? She's got the little moo cow. They're so cute. They are so light. We compared them with her other shorts, and it's got to be half or less the weight of the other shorts. And they'll dry so fast. When we were hanging stuff out to dry last night, most stuff dried pretty good. My underwear did not. They're like a bamboo. They seem to be the hardest thing to dry. Even Faith's wool socks dried faster and dried better than my bamboo underwear. So, but most times we'll be able to. And there was no sun yesterday, so it was just drying by the wind. I think they might dry better if there was sun out when I hung them up and that. But anyway, so we're gonna get on the move and see how today turns out. We are feeling a lot better though. We're not feeling that great because we're coming from town, so we're fully loaded. We're so heavy. And I think it doesn't matter how many days of food you have or what you're doing. When you restock, even people who are used to carrying only 3 and 4 days, they feel so heavy when they leave town. And then what we had said about slack packing, when we slack packed that one day, then it was really difficult carrying your bag the next day. And it took a day or two to get into it. Well, other people are having the same problem. Yeah, that's what we called it. They called it the slack pack hangover. And I was like, yeah, that's a good word for it. When you have to put your bag back on after you've done a slack pack. And it's kind of like that as leaving town. This is a leaving town hangover where our food that we ate sat well with us. Faith just had a steak wrap and sweet potato fries. I had a barbecue chicken piece and sweet potato fries, and that sat well with us. We weren't sick or anything leaving town. That was really good. So we, and Faith even had some banana pudding that they threw in for the hike that they give to the hikers. So anyway, so here's hoping we have a good day. So we opted not to go to the shelter. It's 0.1 off, so that would have added 0.2. And I don't know how far the water is from the shelter. There is a water source that's right on trail. That would have been another 3 point something. Faith and I each still had almost a liter left from yesterday. And we weren't drinking a lot this morning. Even though we were climbing, it's relatively cool. Even though I was climbing, I was barely sweating at all. So we just opted to make this liter last until we get to the next water source. That's supposed to be, we're supposed to cross it right on trail. And then we'll stop there and have a like early lunch or second breakfast or whatever you call it. I'm going to have something to eat. I did have a snack while I was walking. I can't eat and walk. Faith always does. But I put some snacks in my hip belt. I got to try and start doing it. I did manage to get a small bar in while I was walking. I wasn't very graceful, but it happened. And I think that's what I got to start doing in order to be eating enough in the day to have energy and be able to keep increasing miles and stuff, especially now that we're recovering still. We both feel good. I don't feel like I'm still recovering, but we're already short on calories because I know we don't eat enough to cover what we're doing, and then to lose what we lost in those few days of not being able to eat anything and being sick. So I think we do have a little bit of making up to do, but my legs feel good. Faith said she feels good, and there was climbing in that this morning, and I didn't feel that bad. I'm never that great on the climbs, but I definitely didn't feel like I did the first few days out after getting sick. So definitely on the mend. It feels great, and this trail is pretty good this morning, even with the inclines. It's pretty good. So what do we have coming up here? Anyway, okay, so we'll see what else. So far, it's kind of a boring trail right now this morning. There's nothing amazing. I don't think we have anything different coming up today, but I'll show you if I see anything. So it's 10:45. This is our water spot we came to, rather than going to the shelter. Faith, how many miles have we done? 6. So we got 6 miles in, and it's only 10:45. So I'm happy with that. We're gonna have something to eat. I'm gonna have tortilla wrap with Spam and mustard on it. Yeah, and then I do have some pumpkin seeds, and this is one. There's only so many protein bars in that I can actually have. I haven't tried this one yet, but it doesn't have any ingredients in it. It says it doesn't have any ingredients in it that I can't have, but I'll eat it slow just in case. But yeah, a protein Oreo bar. You can't beat that. So, yep, this is what we're going to have for our lunch. I packed out yesterday. I packed out a plum. I ate that after I got out. And I did pack out an avocado to have on my wraps tonight with my freeze-dried beef. And I have the taco seasoning, like just the taco seasoning that you get out of the kits, and the red sauce. So I'm going to have tacos tonight with my avocado. So we're just reading this sign. This marks the location of it was about 1837, when a new and more economical fuel source, it's hard to read, but it was something coal. Yeah, some type of coal came into use. So this was a charcoal pit. That's cool. So we have just under 6 miles to the next shelter, which is also the next water source. I think it's 2:30. Now we got water at the stream that crossed, so that was about half mile ago. We filled up. I drank. We both sat and drank water first before we filled up, and had some electrolytes and everything. So now we each have 2 full liters of water. The shelter that's coming up is a quarter mile off trail, so that'll give us a half mile turnaround. If we think we have enough water to get through the night, we might just keep going past there, or see if there is a stealth site along trail by there, depending on what time it is and how much water we have left. Because after that, in the morning, it'll only be 3 miles until we hit our first water source. So as long as we have enough water in the morning to get us to the 3 miles, we'll be okay. We'd rather not add a half mile. We've had to do some extras recently just because of water, where it lays, and us like not feeling great. And so we'd have to, like that day we had to do the 0.4 off just because we were up on a ridge and it was windy and we had to stop soon. So we'd prefer not to have to do that today. We both are feeling okay. It's weird though, because we have done so many short miles recently. It's like your body gets ready and prepared to stop around the same mile. So you're hitting like 8, 9 miles and your body's like, oh, aren't we done yet? So, but we got to push past that and try to get back up to getting some, at the very least, the mid-teens, mid to high teens if we can. So, and it's good weather today. It's not crazy hot. There is a bit of a breeze. So today is a good day to try to get those miles again. We also got spoiled recently with all of the views with Tinker's Cliff and McAvee Knob. And today is just basically a trail day so far. And I'm pretty sure it's just going to continue to be like this. But the flowers are beautiful. There is gorgeous, it is gorgeous greenery and gorgeous flowers. And we did enjoy at our water stop, we enjoyed meeting a new doggy. His name is Pity, which is short for pitiful, because he has pitiful little eyes. He looks at you with these sad eyes. And yeah, but he's a cutie. So we're going to see what we can do. We'll make our decision at the turn off for the shelter. We'll look at our water and look at what time it is and see what we can do. Okay, we came out to this beautiful view. It's a nice little spot. Good little bench. Beautiful blue sky. This is so pretty. pretty cool rock wall. I'm not sure if it was a dam. Like, hold on, I'm not sure what this wall was put here for, just for retention, but it's pretty cool. So it's, I think it's about, it's 5:30. So we're gonna start looking for a place. The shelter's within a couple of miles. We really don't want to have to do the 0.5 turnaround going down to the shelter. We have enough water to get us to the water spot tomorrow. So we're just going to start looking for a site. Sometimes that works out, sometimes it doesn't. We've started looking for a site the one night when we were only going to do like 12 or 13 miles and ended up doing a 17 looking for them. We were seeing a lot of different tent sites up to now. So there is a good chance that there'll still be more in this type of bush. But there's also a good chance that we could end up at the shelter anyway. So we'll just keep going and see what pops up. But we will have done at least probably 14 miles today. And this will be our first one up in the teens since we came back. My back was doing really good. I really didn't need my TENS machine before we got sick. And then I missed a couple of days of the anti-inflammatories. And then plus anybody who has any back issues know the actual physical force of vomiting triggers inflammation in your back, throw your back out. So I don't know if I'm starting back at scratch. And the anti-inflammatories have to start working all over again to reduce that inflammation up in my thoracic spine. So we did have to stop quite a bit today. And I was getting quite a bit of belly cramps. This was the first time I ate the most today. And so I was getting a little bit of cramping and a little bit of issues digesting the food. But other than that, like I still feel good. I feel strong every other way, other than my back feels a little weak and my stomach's still a little sore. But, and at least we're up into the teens. So we should, even if we get a stealth site soon, it should be at least close to 14 miles. And otherwise, if we do hit the shelter, it'll be I think it's just over 15 for the day if we hit the shelter. So we'll let you know what happens. Okay, so we found a tent site, and it actually put us at exactly 14 miles for the day. There would have been 1.4 to get to the shelter, but by not having to do that half a mile there and back, it actually, we're only about a mile difference to what we were hoping for. We have lots of water for the morning. So we're going to set up here and have something to eat and go to bed early because we hadn't done 14 miles in quite a while and we're both pretty tired.